I want to talk a little bit about melodic improvisation. Okay, so of all the musicians in the room, who considers himself a musician first of all? Raise your hand. If you're standing behind me, I really hope you're raising your hand. All right, great. We got lots of musicians. Who considers themselves to be, you know, experienced improvising musicians and play jazz or weird experimental improv or whatever you want? You're used to this sort of thing. Okay, cool. Who here is like strictly a classical musician and I want that music on the page? Okay, great. And then I guess who here is not from any of those backgrounds? You play an instrument, you just want to jam and get involved, and great, awesome. So we have lots of different varieties of players here. This is awesome. So one thing that I should talk about is that when I have everybody take a solo, what the horn players and the keyboard players and the rhythm section players, what they're doing is they're improvising. And that can sound like a pretty daunting thing to a lot of people. You're just making stuff up on the fly, right? Well, with just a tiny little bit of music theory, just a little bit, just a little bit. It's actually not so bad. Did anybody check out any of the music theory panels that happened? We had 8-bit music theory here, and Insane Lorraine Stab by Ray and Family Jewels did a panel on music theory. It's pretty cool. So here we've got Corridors of Time from Chrono Trigger. Who here knows Chrono Trigger? If you don't, okay. If you don't know this one, you do have to leave immediately. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. So we have a whole bunch of weird symbols on the page, right? We have this like D triangle 7, F sharp minus 7. You guys see all this stuff? C sharp minus 7. What does that all mean? Okay, so first of all, I'll take a question, or I want one of you guys to answer this. We have 3 sharps in our key signature in C major. Can anybody tell me what key that is? A major. Can anybody tell me the relative minor?
The camera's like
A
right
major, F sharp minor. Okay, it's improv class time. I hope everybody's ready. I want everybody to play an F sharp minor scale. Follow a natural minor. So, ready? I'm gonna direct. Okay. 3, 4. Okay, go sit down. I'm just kidding. So that's the key of Corridors of Time. So here's the fun thing. We can get into the very jazz specifics of like, okay, over this chord you're gonna play a Mixolydian scale, and over this one you're gonna play like a Dorian flat 9, 13, whatever. Like, I mean, there's some people that will do that, but the cool thing about a lot of these tunes is that, and this is an example of one, they don't actually really ever deviate from that scale. So let me translate some of this information up here for you. D triangle 7, right? Does anybody know what triangle means? Major 7. So that means we built a chord off the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th scale degrees of D, but because it's a major 7, then that means you raise a 7th and do all this stuff. I'm going to give you guys a shortcut. We just played our keys, the key of F sharp minor, right? We just played what our key signature is. So actually, if you just play a D, that's the first note, and then an F sharp, which is the 3rd note, and then an A, which is the 5th, and then a C sharp, which is the 7th, that's a D major 7 chord. So, how many notes did I play outside of the key signature? None! This is a spoiler. This is what's going to happen for the rest of this. Let's do that with F sharp minus. What does the minus mean? Minor. Right, let's see, can we get an F sharp, which is the root? Can we get an A, which is the 3rd? A C sharp, which is the 5th? An E, which is the 7th. How many notes do we play outside the key signature? None. Guess what? We can basically play this entire piece in the key signature, and we don't ever have to worry about any extra notes. So, this is where I'm going to blow everyone's mind. When you see that D triangle 7, if you play that F sharp minor scale, and you just start from D, all those notes are going to sound pretty good. Yeah. If you play, see that it's in C sharp minor 7, if you just play that same scale and you start from C sharp, it's not going to be that bad. It's gonna be all right, you know. You play that E major scale starting from, or the F sharp minor scale starting from E, when it says E, it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. So you can get much more technical than this if you want to, but I'm not going to, because there are like tons of you in here, and I want everybody to just jump in and get involved right away. So what I try to do in a piece like this is I try to familiarize myself with whatever the key is, and then use all of those chord symbols as clouds of notes in different arrangements, so that when I get one, I can reorient myself to wherever that cloud is. So like the first chord is in the D cloud, so I take that cloud of notes and I group it around D. And then the next one is F sharp minor 7, so the same notes, group it around F sharp minor, so on and so forth, as a way to help guide me. From there, if you just know that you have to play an F sharp minor, you can go ahead and say, okay, ears, why don't we play a pretty melody? Instead of worrying about what the technical and theoretical rules are at that exact moment. All right, I think I've talked enough. Is everybody ready to play? Okay, great. Let's play some Corridors of Time. Sit down.
We're going.
What's up? Oh, we're gonna play it.
One quick second.
Yes.
Just so people can get a feel for it. If you don't mind.
You want the song?
Yeah, just for a second.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
You only
This
need
one's a
like
banger.
8 bars, because that's the song.
Come right up.
By the way, Eder designed the software that he's using to play this. Isn't that cool?
YouTube? Please don't play.
That's probably good enough. Yeah. Cool. All right, there you go.
All right, so for clarity's sake, you see these repeat signs? Does everybody know what a repeat sign is? If you don't, I'm going to show you right now. This is a repeat sign. This is the other repeat sign. Those are our boundaries. We have to respect boundaries here. So, cosplay is not consent, all that stuff. So, when we take our solos, we're going to be going from letter A there, where the open repeat is, and we're going to go through to the end of letter B, where the close repeat is, and we're always going to cycle between those two areas. Okay? Everybody ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Oh, another vibes player. Okay. Okay. Can you play the opening?
I don't know.
Carl. Yeah, but you can play. You can play. No, you can totally play. So I'll do the. I'll start us off, okay? All right, hold on. We gotta do a scenario. it's at like A sharp quarter tone right now. We gotta get it. Yeah, slightly flat. All right. So we're gonna start right at the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, Kris, Diwa, Robin, Stefan, Laura, Materia, bass, Kris, drums, Michael, vibes, Dave, James, Dom, Sketch, Dan, Brian. Woo!
Hey, yo, I just wanted to say, rhythm section was killing it on that one. Like, that was kind of nasty. Like, all right, okay, do a little bit.
How many styles did we go through?
Alright, so this next one requires a little call and response on the part of the audience.
You guys were swinging in space with Kris Maddigan.
You
know what to do.
Yes.
Alright guys, as we're switching instruments, try to keep your voices down, okay?
This one probably doesn't require too much percussion, but it's...
So I want to make a quick note about what just happened, which is awesome. Alright, so that last tune, we had some like rocking percussion, right? That was awesome. We had 5 percussionists holding, 6 I think, percussionists holding it down over there. And there was some like super groovy stuff. It was awesome. One thing that I want everyone to keep in mind, who are our percussionists in here? Who are the percussionists?
Do you have this?
Yeah, we got a lot of percussionists here. Yeah. So Kris and I, where's Kris? Kris and I are orchestral percussionists. That means we went to school where we had to play like snare directions and stuff. Hold on a second. We had to play like, hold on, one second. We had to play a lot of percussion instruments in the orchestral gamut, which means we had to learn how to play everything quietly. And that's something that I want to bring to the table here, is that we had some like super heavy-hitting, high-energy stuff going on in the percussion section, and it was awesome, and I couldn't hear the person soloing. And so that's something that we always want to keep tabs on when we're playing, especially in a section like that. When we got like 5 or 6 percussionists going, you got to remember that the sum of the sound there is huge. So it's the percussionist's responsibility to keep their ears open to what's going on and make sure that they're able to take that energy level and make that happen at a dynamic where whoever's playing the solo can still be heard. And then, that way, you leave yourself all this room for when it's time to like blast, you blast, and man, that is the moment of the jam, you know? And it's awesome. Do you want to say anything?
This tune is, we'll play this a bit more subtle, I think. This is a subtle tune. Do you all know, I think they're going to play. Let's play this tune so you can hear a little bit of it.
Alright, listen up, here's the track.
I'm the greatest in the land. I never
don't play nice. I'm the devil's right hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts, come on, bring on to the king. Now, if you have finished your plan, haven't worked assiduously.
This next part requires your help.
Oh, okay.
No, I cannot let you pass. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Kyle. Don't mess with King Kyle. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with King Kyle. Don't mess with King Kyle. Don't mess with me.
Excellent. So we're going to do that. We're going to play. Let's play the form as is, and then after the second repeat, let's continue the form. We do that for solos then.
Yeah.
The changes are up there. And the changes, the B flat changes are down here. And yeah, the same format as the last week.
Wait, do we have a vocalist on this? We do. No. All right.
Feel free to sing along.
Seen yet? The NC off the top. He stands for no chords. So you play what's written, but there's no comping or anything behind that. So if there's nothing written there, you don't play it. And that's just bass and drums right there. So the first 4 bars, and then the four bars is going to repeat. Let's just repeat it every time. Let's continue.
Everyone's got extra copies.
So how's that sound? All right.
Oh crap!
I'm going to count this one in, and it's going to be bass and drums, 4 bars off the top. Good.
Okay.
Right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'm Mr. Judas, I'm the meanest in the land. I never play nice while the devil's running. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts, come on, bring 'em to the king.
Let's thank our band. Mike. Stop it! No, it's not your name. Keith. Diwa. Ashanti. Greg.
I just told you, I'm King Dice.
King Dice. No, just get out of here. Slam Bomb. Who's playing drums? James. Sketch. Dave. Addie. Nick. I got everyone, right? That's everyone. I'm Doug.
Who hasn't jammed yet? Who wants to jam?
All right, if you have not jammed, please report to the stage. If you have not jammed, get off the stage.
We got a few more tunes to do. Hey guys, can we pick people at the PC, someone at the PC, let's pick someone easy tune for this one. How about you Spring Art Zone from Sonic? Let's do Spring Art Zone.
You wanted an easy one.
Spring Yard? Yeah.
I guess that'd be pixel.
Any hope for another guitar? For a second guitar? Is there any room for a second guitar?
Do you have one?
I have an acoustic.
That's all about it. We can set up to the next now.
Okay. No, it's cool. It's cool. I was just wondering.
All right, so just to reiterate, if you have not jammed yet and you want to jam, now is a great time to make yourself known. So come up here and jam. And if you have jammed and you see somebody, yeah, there's no pressure, you don't have to do it. But if you want to do it, then now's a great time. And if you see somebody, if you're on stage right now and you've been jamming a lot, and you see somebody who wants to jam, then maybe this is a great opportunity to give them a chance to do it.
We're going to do, I think, 3 more including this. We're going to do an easy one, and a medium one, and a very hard one.
The past 2 months have been
This is the easy one, so if you really want to jam,
Yes. We got Spring Art Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog.
we got a reference on this?
Let us all take a moment and listen to the yard. Spring Yard.
Gonna play one more time real quick, just the beginning. We'll get a tempo here. Alright, perfect. Let's do this one. Is everyone ready, rhythm section? Bass, you can see it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4.
first.
Mike 2.
Mike 2. Diwa.
You're right.
Maria.
Oh my God.
Mike 3. God! Stefan. Shanti. Nathan. Ben. Quasi. Dom. What? Masako. Dave. Tyler. Addie. And Kris.
All right, we're going to do medium difficulty soon. Let's ramp it up a little bit. So, Mark.
What? So I think after this, Disco Cactus is going to come up to play the last tune. Is that the idea? Yeah. All right. Disco Cactus specialty.
Let's pick a medium difficulty one.
So this is maybe the last chance for a full jam, for anyone who has a jam.
I'm really hoping you're testing this because I don't know. I'm going to read through it.
Alright, do we have our jammers reported to the stage for our medium difficulty jam? It's medium. It's not large, it's not small, it's just in the middle. It's my t-shirt size. This is from The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Or as I like to call it, Train Link.
Do it again. The other way. Mike square.
Can we listen to the tune? What's up, dude? Alright guys, quiet on stage please, we're gonna take a listen. I heard that. Just again, look at the form real quick, 4-bar intro, but then the rest of the form, it just repeats A to the N, that's the whole thing. So that form just keeps repeating, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it changes my Right. Oh yeah, can we get the B flat chart up here? Hey, can we get the B flat up here? B flat? Thank you. Alright, so this is Overworld Adventure from The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. You guys ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. give it up for Mike.
Team Mike.
What?
Team Mike.
Team Mike.
Team Mike.
What was that? Brian? Yep. Brian. Diwa. We got Maria. Nick. Stefan. Ashanti. Kevin. Pony. What? Dave. Tyler. James. Tommy. Addie. All right, give it up. Oh yeah, gotta give a shout out to Maria for transcribing that wonderful tune. That was a cool one because for those of you who were paying attention to the score, there was a 6-measure phrase in there, which can be chaos in the percussion section if they all want a cadence after 8 measures, but the harmony doesn't want you to do that. So that was cool. Okay.
So this will be our last jam of this session. We're gonna crank up the difficulty quite a bit for this one. Disco Cactus is gonna come up and fill in most of the positions, but if there's anything empty, you guys are all gonna step up and give it a shot. We're going to full fury.
Okay, the DI was
one more thing. Give a
DI?
big round of applause for Doug Perry and Kris Maddigan. For generous.
I muted the DI was.
All the fantastic musicians, also fantastic
Because of DI1. Because of DI1. Can you tell him I muted DI1, please? Oh, good, it's not another mic. Floral Fury from Cuphead. It is hard mode. It is not for the good part. Our DI box and that's it.
Alright, so we're getting ready. It'll be just a second as we get ready. This is Floral Fury. This is the advanced jam. So if you're stepping up to the stage, no, it's fun. So we're gonna fill this out. The reason that we're inviting Disco Cactus up is because we are using our chart. So we thought it was very important because we're familiar with all of it.
Is there what? Is there another one? Is there another guitar?
Oh yeah, Nick brings up a good point. Does everybody know the dance? Okay, Maria, yep. This is the Floral Fury dance. This is the dance that everybody has to do. Okay, great. Oh, it's great. I have a chance to plug Disco Cactus. So Disco Cactus is a funk, jazz, classically informed funk band that is based out of New Haven. That Sam and Laura and Mateus and Ben and I and Pete all do, as well as whoever else we want. So for this moment, for this iteration of time, we are all Disco Cactus. Until this tune is done, then y'all gotta get out of Disco Cactus.
And do you have the chart?
Yeah. So this is a 3-page tune, so the screens aren't going to work. We have actually, your next screen is does anyone need to know? How many players do we have playing what? Here, Pete, guitar. Thank you, buddy. You need this? Yeah. Standing there. I just stole his stand. That's okay with you? What? Oh yeah. I'll do this. You need purple stuff to it. What's it? Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. Do you have it?
opportunity to thank all the guys at Jam Clinic for doing such a great job doing what they do. You guys have no idea how much time and effort and energy they bring to this, and it is such a passion project for them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for having us and making this possible. This is always so much fun. Thank you, Kris Maddigan, for writing all this music.
Thank you, Doug Perry, for running this panel.
Oh. And
Sorry, not to delay this any further, but if you guys have ideas, ideas on how you want to see the Jam Clinic grow, or like have feedback or suggestions, I have a feedback section at 11 p.m. in the Jam shop.
What? Do you need music?
So
if there's an extra one, we have.
So by, you know, I'll be sharing you kind of like my vision for Jam Clinic and how it's going. And so yeah, that's also fresh ideas.
okay.
Yeah, 8 at least.
So okay, band, listen up. Why don't we'll keep our piano solo as usual, unless Ben, you don't want to do it. What? Do you want to do the piano solo like you normally do? Okay. I feel bad. I think Ben just like got out of the shower and wandered in like, hey guys, what's going on? We're like, you have to go play piano right now. Then we have for our solo section. Why don't we open that up? The first one is Ben, and then whoever wants it, we'll open up. Yeah. So, oh right, yeah. So for our soloists, be aware that I'm going to get very technical here. Be aware that the solo section here, which starts in measure 75, 76, measure 77, is AABBA. What does that mean? Oh. So when I use terms like that, I'm defining phrases. So A section is maybe 8 measures or so that follows a specific chord pattern. The B section is maybe another 8 measures or so that follows a different chord pattern. So when I'm trying to work with a band like this, we use that as shorthand so that everybody knows what the form is. So when I say, band, the solo section is AABBA, they know that means, okay, it's going to be 2 of the first pattern, 2 of the second pattern, and then I go back to the first pattern. It's also in the sheet music, it's all written out, but when you're improvising, sometimes you can't always pay full attention to what's on the page, and you need something like that to help you remember your place. Is that clear to everybody in the band? Everybody feel good? Sweet, okay. Our trumpet soloist, Pat. You ready to rock this?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Sure. So, okay. So it starts out with trumpet. All right.
Are you guys ready to dance?
Everybody ready to dance? All right. Where's this number? Like something. All right.
The first part right now.
I'm going to give you 1, 2. All right, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. Pete the Heat. Alan. Cuphead. Hat. Laura. Daves. Simon. Kris. All of our percussion. Say your names all at once. 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for coming over tonight. I hope you all had a great time. We have two things back over to the Jam Clinic staff here. Thank you so much.
Don Perry, Kris Maddigan. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks for teaching. Thanks for enjoying. Thanks for jamming.